Whenever I see any chance or any chance of reality coming back to our country, I will jump on it. And I look in various traditions or various different venues, so to speak. It's what I look for. And when it comes to really getting an idea, look at what's happening to Hollywood and entertainment and the like. That's the best one. That is the most interesting. Pay attention to this. Pay attention. Because here's what you have to realize is the Hollywood blackout, so to speak, this weird, strange concept is so perfect. The transmogrification. Trump's reelection shattered, woke, Holly weird, Tinseltown, or whatever you want to call it. Since Donald Trump's triumphant return to the White House on the 20th of January, America's political and cultural and entertainment tectonic plates, so to speak, have shifted. And nowhere has the earthquake been felt more profoundly, more evidently, more obviously than in Hollywood. You're seeing it. The entertainment industry, once the high standard, the cathedral, the magisterium of global progressivism, or whatever the hell it is now buckling under a new conservative and rational reality and sanity. The changes are real, absolutely, and they're brutal. Transgender characters are being quietly scrubbed from scripts. Did you know that? LGBTQ-centric, all this LGBT-centric focused storylines are being shelved. Studios are abandoning this diversity-first programming in favor of, believe it or not, content rooted in family, faith, and traditional American values. It's all about the bottom line. It's all about the pocketbook. Entire projects, some previously greenlit and hailed by, legacy media, are dead on arrival. Others are undergoing frantic, drastic, immediate rewrites to strip up and expurgate and bowdlerize anything deemed culturally hotline or radioactive, any third rail. Only a year ago, this reversal would have seemed unlikely. Unlikely as forest fires in Malibu. Wait a minute. Wrong one, perhaps? Remember that? What about the fires in Malibu? Oh, yeah, we forgot about that. We'll get to that later. Hollywood appeared basically untouchable, intransigent, cranking out anti-Trump narratives and woke parables with this, almost like this machine-like factory efficiency. Conservative attempts to challenge the monopoly were dismissed as hopeless, low budget, marginalized, campy, stupid. Look at how they're changing the tune on SNL. See, progressivism wasn't just winning, it was steamrolling. Well, today, that steamroller has come off of the axle and run out of gas. And the panic liberal media have absolutely found a culprit, Donald J. Trump. For once, they might be right. They might be right. From his first week back in office, President Trump moved fast. Executive orders reaffirmed biological gender standards. He reinstated the ban on transgender service members in the military. He wiped away the remnants of federally funded DEI programs. Just the word DEI. The message was crystal clear. The cultural engineering project was over, done, finished. But the real nuclear bomb, the real Hiroshima, so to speak, bad example, it landed when Trump appointed Brendan Carr, a hardline constitutionalist and one of the masterminds behind the Project 2025 blueprint, which everybody swears that it's, have you read it? Have you heard it? Have you seen what it's about? Read it. Read it before you dismiss it. Read it. There's a lot of it that makes a lot of sense. A lot of it is exactly what you thought. But in any event, they picked him to lead the Federal Communications Commission. Now, under Mr. Carr, the FCC, long dismissed as some kind of sleepy, otiose relic, some bureaucratic nothing, became a battle axe. Within weeks, investigations were launched into media giants accused of discriminatory practices through their DEI hiring schemes. Disney, remember the self-appointed moral compass of the entertainment world? Remember these folks? Suddenly they found themselves under the microscope. And despite scrambling to adjust their policies and to kind of figure out a way to coexist with them, Disney was threatened with losing its broadcasting license for ABC. Studios took the hint and fast. Amazon, helmed by spaceman, rocket man, Jeff Bezos, moved even faster. Bezos, ever their survivalists, quietly purged DEI executives, pledged loyalty to safe and patriotic content, and his reward? Government scrutiny disappeared almost overnight. Other studios, as you know, weren't so lucky. And the result has been a full-blown cultural retreat. Now, of course, President Trump merely poured gasoline on a fire that had already been smoldering. That's true. He basically kind of jazzed up that which was there. But the truth is this: Hollyweird's woke model was collapsing under its own weight long before 2025. And the economic realities are brutal. Traditional cable TV is dying. Don't take my word for it. Just look at the numbers. Streaming services once seen as the future are hemorrhaging cash. Netflix, Disney+, Hulu, and others bet the farm on progressive programming only to watch audiences tune out and beat it and unsubscribe. Shows flopped at the box office. Inconclusive shows, drag-themed children's cartoons, and gender-fluid action heroes failed miserably, failed to resonate, to connect beyond a loud but tiny little echo chamber. And meanwhile, small-budget family films, Christian dramas, consistently turn tidy profits. Isn't that something? In short, get woke, go broke. It wasn't a meme. It was a prophecy, 100%. But economic failure is only part of the story. You see, Americans were fed up. They were tired of being shamed and scolded and blamed and force-fed this ideological bilge, lectures from millionaire celebrities and trust fund activists and know-nothings. The numbers told the story long before 2024 the election came along. CNN and MSDNC had already lost more than half of their primetime viewers. It's so bad right now that MSDNC maybe they're going to be booted or evicted from, good news, from 30 Rock. They may end up at Hudson Yards or Edgewater or CNBC. I mean, it's done. Half of their primetime viewers gone. Crashing to their worst ratings in 3 decades. Fox News, on the other hand, the story surged. So did independent voices like Tucker Carlson and Joe Rogan. Podcasts, live streams, and alternative media exploded. Why? Because Americans were hungry for reality, not rainbow parades and drag queens posing as news. Now, in the end, the culture war wasn't won through shouting matches or hashtag campaigns. It was won in the wallets, on the screens, in the living rooms, and in the hearts and minds of America. Of everyday Americans, you and me, Hollywood now faces a grim reality. Continue the old progressive crusade and risk financial collapse, or adapt, and adapt now. Studios are choosing survival, and the evidence is everywhere. Former darlings of the left are out of favor. It's true. Content that glorify gender theory, racial grievances, anti-American nihilism, and basic bilge, it's been trashed. In their place, patriotic dramas, faith-based biopics, and stories about real heroes. Soldiers and farmers and working. Remember that Yellowstone, whatever that was? Remember that? Farmers and cowboys. Working class families, everyday citizens, about America. You see, the industry's elite, of course, well, they're not happy with this at all. Anonymous insiders were telling Variety and the Hollywood Reporter that a, quote, a climate of fear has taken over. You saw the producer of 60 Minutes. I've got to leave because of independent. No, you've been fired. You've been shit canned. What are you talking about? Showrunners now whisper about scripts in code. See, producers veto scenes before they're shot. Studios are canceling projects outright rather than risk the perception of promoting, quote, radical social ideas. Yet outside the Hollywood bubble, America is celebrating. Parents can once again allow their children maybe to watch movies, maybe without worried about hidden lectures. Faith leaders are cautiously optimistic. Millions of patriotic Americans, long treated as second-class citizens, not culturally hip, stupid, boorish, churlish, rusticators, second-class citizens in their own culture, finally are seeing a glimmer, a glimpse of hope. Will it last? Well, I don't know. Time will tell. We'll see. But there are still pockets of resistance. Listen carefully. Major cities like Los Angeles and San Francisco remain stubbornly leftist. Global entertainment folks like Netflix and Warner Brothers, they have international audiences to think about and won't surrender easily. But the ideological rot and contamination, this fetid, fungating mess, it runs deep. And Trump's reforms, God bless him, while powerful, can only reach so far. But the larger trend is something, and it's undeniable. I want you to listen. The progressive stranglehold on American culture is cracking. It's losing it. And it's not just an American phenomenon. European nations like Italy and Hungary and Poland are also seeing nationalist movements surge. Many of them are fueled, like us, by frustration over woke cultural imperialism exported from Hollywood. Oh, no. Feel the change, my friend. Even allies in places like Canada and Australia are starting to push back, creating their own homegrown entertainment that rejects progressive orthodoxy. This is still the reverberation and the pulse from a Trump presidency. If Trump's second term, or maybe third, is remembered for anything, it might not just be for the restoring the economy or securing the border, but for delivering the fatal blow to the woke industrial complex that has dominated American culture and families and entertainment platforms for decades. The old Hollywood, the Hollywood of virtue signaling and self-congratulation and virtue signaling, all that nonsense, and endless moral preening and self-congratulation, it's dying. A new era, my friend, is being born. One where the silent majority, who was it, as Nixon said, is silent no more. Where faith and family and country and truth matter again. That for the first time in years, the story isn't being written by leftist screenwriters in Burbank or Studio City, wherever the hell it is, some conference room. It's being written by the American people themselves, you and me. And Hollywood is learning, too late, of course, but they're learning that the American people always get the final edit. Let me also say something in conclusion. You're going to be hearing a lot that's going on. Oh, Pete Hegseth did this. Oh, the president has no idea about foreign policy. Oh, there's... If the president were to stop right now and say, you know what, I'm leaving, what he has accomplished in exactly 94 days is more than anything that we could have imagined. Don't ever fool yourself. They're going to tell you, wow, Trump is... Nobody cares about Hegseth, and I'm sorry to tell you, Americans are not worried hanging on the words or the aspects of the Middle East or Ukraine. I know certain pockets, but the average American doesn't. This is what matters. We are winning. Never forget that. Never lose sight. And never forget to thank President Trump for this. So please do me a favor if you want to thank me. Subscribe to the channel. Hit that little bell so you're notified of live streams and new videos. Make sure also that you answer the questions which I have put for your review and the like. Answer the questions very thoroughly. And always comment as you see